What a great introduction. I have to give a huge shout out to my team for that. How beautiful. I have goosebumps. I cannot wait for this event. And welcome to our webinar. I'm Sue Hitzman. I am the creator of the Melt Method. We're actually simulcasting. I've never done that before. How cool. So we're on YouTube right now, as well as this Zoom call. And today we are talking about this brand new event that I have never done before. And now that I am well seasoned at teaching online, and I've taught in live environments for decades, I'm so excited to bring these concepts together in this super special event. And if you have any questions while I'm going through this, you can just email my team at info@meltmethod.com. Rebecca is here. She's answering some questions for us. And there will be a recorded version. There's an email that's going to be sent out after the webinar so that you guys have a recording of this. But before we dive in, I want to have you guys meet my two co-hosts today, and in fact, my two team leaders who are doing this event with me are Melt Master trainers, Amanda Sizik, and where is she? Carrie Bodendorf. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Hey.
So I'm so excited. We've got the two of our master trainers. And I mean, you guys have been with me for so long, and we've done so many events at Red Mountain Resort. 2010 was the first time I had been there. We did almost a decade of events, and you guys were there. I mean, are you guys so excited with that intro to go back?
Oh my God. Goosebumps too. Yeah.
And it's been way too long, especially the last 2 years that we've had. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, and that's really something that I've been talking about. Yesterday, I was walking around the block with my friend Kara, and I was talking about this event, and she had used the words social atrophy. And I thought to myself, that's true. I mean, it's not just that we're having social atrophy because of the pandemic and being disassociated from one another, but I really think that a lot of us are almost dealing with this place of like how to navigate the world. And so we're a little out of our bodies. And I think this would be a really great time. It just seems serendipity. This month is two eclipses also. So I think this is a time for transformation, a time for, taking the shadow and bringing it into the light. So I'm so excited to help people kind of get back into their bodies with this event. And you have done the events with me before, and I know you guys have seen that type of transformation. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Carrie, you first.
Yeah. So Red Mountain, I mean, just stepping off the plane, it just hits you, that atmosphere, the mountains, the scenery, everything. It feels so grounding and healing. I mean, I come back from Red Mountain every single time I've gone a different, changed for the better human. It's so transformative and rejuvenating.
Rejuvenating.
Yes. So yeah, Amanda, what do you think?
I mean, just every time, like you said, every time I go, I come back a different person, and it's there's something about, I think there's actually like an energetic vortex in that area, at least in the canyons.
Yeah.
And it's just like Carrie said, the minute you get off the plane, you're like, everything's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. And whatever, it's interesting. It's almost like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but in a much healthier way. It's like whatever you bring to Red Mountain, whatever garbage you can leave it
there.
And
That's
go
great.
back,
That's great. Yeah, this year, I think thinking through what this event was going to be and making it something different, because like the ladies are saying, we've done these retreats where over the course of 3 days, we're kind of giving a crash course into self-care, into the Melt Method, to give people the 7 fundamental sequences and learn how to use the balls in the hand of a therapy kit. So it's kind of like you get doused most of the time. And what has been incredible for us as a brand is now building a brand new website and getting these new platforms underway where we can reach more people. And what I thought would be a much better idea is to begin the event a month before it actually happens. So this event isn't just 3 days. This event starts at the beginning of June when you get your products, and we give you 30 days on the Melt on Demand platform so that you can do it on your own. But we're also going to be creating a private Facebook page and private classes leading up to the 3-day event, because what I think this could be is a brand new way to do events across the board and really help you guys instill a daily self-care practice. I think that that is something that you can't just do in 3 days. It takes like 3 times to do a bad habit, and then it's a habit for life. It takes 3,000 tries to instill a good habit. And instilling a daily self-care practice really does take practice. It takes time. And this event is also very exclusive. It's only 50 people, and I hate to say it, but it's already a third full. And we just released it internally just the other day to a small group of our community. So I would just tell you guys, if you're in a place of your life where you feel like you need some real grounding, you need a reset, you want to build upon where you are right now and push yourself into the next level, wherever those levels of your being are. If what you want to do is center yourself, become more aware of some of these common imbalances that many of us possess that are left unaddressed from day to day because we don't even know that they exist. And so to become more aware of these sneaky culprits that cause persistent pain, give us a downgrade in our efficiency and our overall well-being, and to just, again, instill a daily self-care practice, I think that starting this event at the couple of weeks into June, so that by the end of July, when we all meet together, you've actually started a self-care practice. And now what we get to do for 3 days is refine your practice, jam out on some of the nuances and the other techniques that you wouldn't just know right out of the gate, and to really get more out of your self-care practice. So you leave those last 3 days like the shining stars sparkling. You get to leave with all of that energy and all of that frequency really elevated because you've started this journey earlier on. And so I think that's probably the most unique thing about that. Right?
And it's, I'm so excited about this idea of opening this up a month before they even get there, or 6 weeks before they even get to the retreat, so that they can start embodying melt, they can start listening to the language. So once they get there, it's more of a refine than it is, here's this brand new thing you're learning for the first time, right?
Exactly.
So we're going to get to know each other before we even get there. So I'm super excited to see this group.
Yeah, and you guys will love these too. I mean, truly, you two are such nurturers, and I've seen so many people at the events that we've done, right? You're getting hours. I mean, I think we're together for 2.5 hours, then another 2.5 hours on the same day, right? So you actually have sessions that break it down. We'll talk a little bit about that if maybe we can kind of go over the actual format of those 3 days, but that our people come and then they want to do privates. And so these guys are also, they do these private sessions with people, and even maybe leading up, maybe that might be another great thing for us to add, is if you want to do private sessions online. I mean, again, you guys are going to know these 50 people. And it's so little a group of people, but this is going to transform 50 people's lives. I just know this, and well, 53, because I think the 3 of us are going to feel those changes too. So I think it's really something very special.
Well, what I think is so great is doing this sort of prep for Red Mountain, so that by the time they get to Red Mountain, you can really enjoy the experience. And that's where you're refining your self-care practice, but you can just chill in one of the most magical places on the planet.
So let's talk about that part, shall we? I need to put on my glasses because I've actually made a list of some of the most epic things about Red Mountain that I just feel are what are going to amplify the 3 days. And hopefully we can even talk about, nutrition and healthy eating and things like that leading up to our time together. But Chad Lucha is the head chef, and he is amazing. Everything is labeled at Red Mountain Resort. When I decided I was going to go dairy, soy, and gluten free, I did it when we were at Red Mountain, and I was there for 3 weeks, and it just kept me for all of this time. I mean, for years and years. I feel it's the best place where if you want to really hone in on specific aspects of your nutrition and only have good food around you, just make sure you don't eat too much.
Easy to do.
Exactly. And the dinners are, are a sit down dinner. So, we kind of get a little dressed up, and we love sitting at the larger tables with people. So it's really awesome. But I know that, Carrie, you and Amanda, you guys love the hikes. I mean, Amanda, we've like jammed out on some serious exhibition hiking, right?
Well, I love the fact that they have easy beginner hikes and they have more challenging hikes.
Exactly.
So some of the pictures of what you see, some people might think, oh my Lord, I'm not going to be able to hike like that.
Right.
There are easy hikes and challenging hikes. And guess what? We don't force you to go on the hikes. We recommend it because it's so amazingly beautiful and you'll never see anything like it.
Yeah.
But
Amanda,
you don't have to go on the hike.
Right. Amanda said it. I'm telling you, there is a frequency right when you go up that first mountain in Red Mountain where I feel all of my hair stands up on end, and there are not a lot of trees. And I have this affinity with trees, but there is a vibration and a frequency of like old Indian heritage, if you will, in the stone of the Red Mountains. It's powerful up there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think there's an actual hike, if I remember from our first or second year, where the guide said, that's it. That's the vortex right there. And we all went down and went,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know if that's true. Maybe he was pulling our leg, but it definitely, it is palpable for sure.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty incredible.
A lot of people think, oh my God, it must be so hot to hike there in July. So
Yes.
I just want to kind of quell that. We go in the morning before the sun really gets a chance to blaze down. It's actually a beautiful, like very comfortable temperature. And it is hot in Utah in July. Yes. However, I've never felt like, oh my God, this is too hot for me to be here, because we are inside in air conditioning doing our melt classes. I know from that video we watched at the beginning, all of us were on the red rocks with our rollers. We will not be on the red rocks with the rollers. We'll actually be inside with air conditioning. And if you want to sit outside to have lunch, they have the misters going.
Yeah.
Actually feels like air conditioning. So it is completely doable, even if you can't stand the heat. I promise you.
It's dry. Also, it is dry heat. And, Carrie's saying it in the morning, it's like 78 degrees outside and perfect. And you're going up and it's kind of still maybe just slightly shady dark from, the sun has not come up over the mountains. So it's cool. And then by the time we get back in, it's 9 o'clock. We take a shower, we get ready, and then we jam out on Melt all day, have lunch, hang out for a little while, and then we have an evening session. So it really gives you plenty of time to just, pause. I'm sure I'm going to bring my tarot cards. We have to do some tarot reading while we're there as well.
I'm sure Amanda will bring hers.
I'll bring mine. And an oracle deck.
Indeed. Maybe we could even get, there is a gal there that does a gong frequency session. And
I mean, the singing bowl.
with the singing bowls, but she did it with the gong. Don't you remember? Like all she did was just circled around the gong and all the singing bowls went. So I would love to even have us do that as well. I mean, there's going to be some seriously like extra special stuff. There's some melt swag. I've got like my new logo and tank tops and things. So all sorts of fun stuff like that is coming. So let's actually talk about that. So what is it that you get? Okay, so we've talked about this already. When you register, you're going to get a private, again, this is all starting in June when we actually get the full, everybody's in, everybody's launched and ready to go. You get private online classes with us. Again, not just the 3-day experience. We have the private Facebook page, probably Zoom chats, just so that we can lay the groundwork and get to know one another so that you guys can really meet us and have a connection with us. And then when you register, you get a roller. And so you get the Melt Soft Body Roller. Right. So if you've never used this is pretty incredible. It is the non-foam roller, the Melt hand and foot kit. And there's 2 sets of the therapy balls and a bunion band and an instruction guide. So you get that as well. And that way you guys can start your self-care practice and then just as we start to roll this out in June, you're going to get an activation code for 30 days of Melt on Demand. And that way, again, we can kind of stay connected and guide you guys to which videos to watch and really build up a self-care practice, and then be able to talk about it and connect again on the Zoom calls. Everything else is included. Carrie, you've got this one. I know, meals, hikes, and everything, right?
Yeah. So it costs $600 for the event with Sue. You do have to also book rooms at Red Mountain. So you have to stay at Red Mountain. And those room rates are $240 for a shared room. So it's $240 per person for a shared room, $295 for a private room. And the cost of your room rentals include 3 amazing meals a day and snacks and all the wonderful teas and water and coffee and dessert. But also, it includes all of your gratuities. So you don't have to tip anybody, the wait staff or the room staff or the shuttles. It's all included, your hiking guides, all included in your room rental fee. So super, super affordable if you really like break that down. How much would you have to pay to eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner all day, right? There's also an amazing spa. I'll talk about arrivals and departures as well, if you want me to go into that kind of detail.
Yeah, totally.
Your hikes are included as well. And you also get, if you have time, after all of our melt classes, the other fitness classes are also included in that rate. So where you want to come into is either the St. George Airport, St. George, Utah, and you will have a free shuttle from the St. George, Utah, St. George Airport to the Red Mountain Spa. Or you can fly into Las Vegas and hire your own shuttle and shuttle in from there. You've got to arrive between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to get the St. George shuttle from the St. George Airport. And what else? Oh, so the event officially starts at 4 p.m. on it's Friday, July 29th, and it ends at noon on Sunday, July 31st. However, we totally encourage you to come a little early and maybe stay a little longer, or one or the other.
Yeah, by the way, we're going to be there for 2.5, almost 3 weeks after. So all the more reason to just hang out and take more melt classes and enjoy the grounds of Red Mountain.
Exactly. So the schedule, very briefly, I'm not going to go through all the details, but you will have free time each day. It starts at 4 p.m. on Friday. And I think we end about 8:30, 9 o'clock with an evening kind of go to bed melt session, nice, easy melt session there. And then Saturday is our hike day. So we'll get up, we'll do a pre-hike foot treatment, of course. We'll go on a little hike for those of you that want to. But for those of you that want to stay back at the resort, Amanda and I will be hanging back, and you can have a little refine, restore session with us. Ask us any questions you want. If you want to melt a little bit, or if you want to sleep in, that's fine. We'll have an hour and a half morning session, melt session. We'll have a 2-hour break for lunch, and then we'll have a 2-hour afternoon session, 2-hour break for dinner, and then an evening session with Sue. In between all of those times, Amanda and I will also be taking on private sessions. So if you want to book a private with Amanda or myself, those will be open. Some kind of calendar booking, we'll get it out to you before we even get there. And then Sunday, breakfast, we're going to have a session that's about 2 hours starting at 9:30 with a closing circle from 11 to 12. And then y'all have lunch, and you can certainly leave right at noon. But again, encourage you to stay a little longer.
I say the same thing. I vote yes on that ballot. That's awesome.
Yes, I see a question. Oh, sorry. I saw a question coming in. Is there an additional fee for private sessions with Amanda and I? Yes, there will be, and you'll get lots more information on that.
Yeah. And, so that's the other thing that I'm really, again, we've never done this before, right? To actually have a small collective group start at a point together and work our way through until we actually get to just, hug it out and love it out in a groove together. That what the actual days will become is really contingent on what happens in the month leading up to the event. I mean, we have an idea, of course, of our structure because I like structure. But if we really have other questions, we'll have time to really refine the practice in a one-on-one environment, which is to me completely unique and very rare of any opportunity. I mean, there are so many things I wish I had had that kind of opportunity at other events. It seems like why didn't we do this before? But now that we have this technology and we're able to communicate this way, it just seems logical. And I think the one thing for the MELT community, I can honestly say from the thousands of MELT instructors worldwide, is this method and this community is just chock full of like-minded, curious, conscious, awake human beings who are looking to become more aware and more body sensed and more connected to themselves and to the people that they love. I think to love more deeply, to have more compassion, to feel more me. So that I think has been probably one of the most uplifting parts about being a teacher and having this community around us. And I'm so lucky and excited to have Amanda and Carrie coming and doing this with us because they are master trainers. They are the leaders of teacher trainings, and Carrie is also our education manager for our teacher instructors. So you are in the top echelon of self-care advocates for MELT when you come. And I would bet to say that some of the people who are going to come to that event are already in the MELT community. I think that for the, third of the, maybe 18 or 20 people are already registered, have done MELT or have heard about it, have wanted to come to these live events. So I hope that there are other people listening out there who also do. Do we have any questions from anybody?
Well, actually, Sue, before we get to questions, I would love to just address something like who should come to this? Who should come to this retreat? So
great question.
It's not just people who are fit and don't have. We can modify MELT to fit anything that's going on with your body. Yeah.
We have this, right? We also have a half roller. And again, when you guys get your products, those are yours to keep at home, except bring your hand and foot kit with you, but you don't need to bring the roller. We'll have products for you there. And that's a really important, thing. Thank you for mentioning that, Carrie, because really anyone can MELT. But we want to make sure that we have the ability to work as a community together. So I think that's really important. Yeah, young, old, if you've had a knee replacement, if you have back pain, right? If you're looking for a solution to helping you get out of pain, or you're being proactive and you're looking for ways to maintain your active, healthy, pain-free life, across the gamut, anybody in that range.
We will be able to support you. We can meet you where you're at.
Yeah.
I mean, we have all seen such dramatic changes in people's lives that we have introduced this to, and if they can make it a part of their regular practice, it's so amazing the changes that you can make in your body and in your life. I mean, it changed my life 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, for those of you who have been struggling with some kind of chronic pain issue and you're at your wit's end and no doctor can seem to help you, and no matter where you go, no chiropractor, no physical therapy, I highly encourage you to just reach out and give this a try, because you might come out of it. I mean, the stories that we hear from different trainings and even our private clients of people who say, I was told there was nothing that could be done, and it's completely, not that it's a cure, it's not a religion, we always say that, but it's worth, like Carrie said, and anybody with anything going on, like, give us an opportunity to open the doors to possibility for you.
Yeah, I mean, when people say that they've tried everything, I'm like, they haven't.
Yeah.
And to me, if that's a mindset that we get into, that's the kind of thing I'd like to shift somebody out of right away, because that is kind of like a thought virus that is actually saying, I've tried everything, meaning I'm just not going to care for myself anymore because nothing works for me. And that's a area that we don't want to be in. We want to elevate the mind and get ourselves back to the place where we do have more control of our autonomic nervous system than we think, right? These aspects of our body that are supposed to involuntarily support, protect, and stabilize us without our voluntary control or conscious awareness, sometimes they get dysfunctional and we don't even know that it's happening until we have pain. But if you learn how to tap into these systems and you learn to connect into your body in a completely different way, because again, melt is about connective tissue, we're working on fascia, we're working on the sensory nervous system, calming the mind, and working on neurological regulation. This is unique, but the techniques work. And the nice thing about melt is you make these instant changes, but it is kind of like an anti-inflammatory. As you continue to do it, you sustain more changes longer until you're just in a much better place than when you started. And self-care can be taught and it can transform your life. And melt is a simple, easy self-care method. It seems very complex because we're talking about neurofascial science, but the techniques are easy. They're easy to do. They feel good when you do them. So, you know, those of you who are listening and you haven't heard of melt, you're like, I don't even know what the melt method is. Well, this is your opportunity to transform your life through a self-care methodology that really will put you back into your body in a whole new way. So I hope that this is piquing your interest. What else do we want to tell them about? Carrie, anything else?
Well, I would love to just mention our YouTube channel, because some people are asking, how can I try this out before I, sign up for this retreat? Absolutely. So go to Melt Method, search Melt Method on YouTube, and Sue's got a lot of great information, by the way.
And now that you're here, subscribe to our Instagram feed and our Facebook page, because we're always putting out information. And I'm probably on Instagram like twice a week, just jamming on some thought or whatever, so that you learn a little bit about what fascia is and how it plays a role in not only your ability to maintain an upright body. Fascia is not just supporting your muscles and your bones. It's the stability system that is supporting, protecting, and stabilizing everything. Every nerve, blood vessel, cell in your body is relying on this tissue to function efficiently. So we're working on a cellular level as much as we're working on a structural level. So much like Carrie said earlier, if you have a scoliosis or you have back pain or knee problems, we've had people come to these events who cannot get down on the floor, and we put them up against a wall. We put them on a massage table on a half roller. There are plenty of ways to modify. And I always say, nobody should say that they cannot melt. Melt will meet you where you're at, and you will take from this very robust methodology whatever your body needs to begin to change and feel better. I think that's the easy aspect about it. It's simple, right? What else do we have to tell them? What else do I want to talk about?
Should we talk about the spa?
Yes, you should talk about the spa.
I love the spa.
Gosh, the spa is amazing. So
the massage therapists are epic there.
They really are. They're great body workers. They're not just fluffy massage therapists. These are really understand the human form. They're very well educated. It's a very well managed spa. The facials are great. They even have body treatments where you lay on the hydro tables, and they've got the little showers above you so you can get all showered down. Pro tip: get your spa treatment at night after dinner, because like Sue just said, you can wear your robe back to your room.
Yes.
And you can come naked, but robed, to the spa, have your treatment, and walk back, and then just crawl into bed. It's really
and there's this beautiful dome that has these chaise lounge chairs that you can go in and sit on those, and you're out looking this red mountain magic in front of you that will zen you out and put you to sleep. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's amazing there.
Yeah.
And I also like their what is it, the place where you can buy everything, where you can buy everything.
The little gift shop. Yeah,
the little gift shop.
You can get your own tarot cards at the gift shop.
And they also have a kind of like a hiking store as well, where they have clothing and things like that there. Outfitters, exactly. Yeah. So
if you forget anything, they have everything you need.
They have everything. And of course, we also should talk about our awesome Maddie and the entire staff that is there. I mean, seriously, these guys are world class. Anything you need, anything you want, these guys are service oriented and kind and loving. So, we love bringing our Melt community that is just always full of calm and kindness and happiness into this environment. It's quite beautiful.
It certainly is. I know. I love the hammocks outside of the rooms.
Also fabulous.
And remember, we've
And
got the
spiral. Don't forget the labyrinth.
labyrinth. You got to walk the labyrinth and the pools and the hot tubs. I mean, it's just, there's so much time for just relaxation and chilling out.
Yeah.
There's a steam room in the spa, by the way. I know I keep talking about the spa, but I have a special affinity to the spa. I have a secret about the spa, but
Don't tell
if you want
them.
to know about the spa, you have to go you got to come to Red Mountain, and then maybe I'll tell you my little secret of how to take advantage of the spa. But the steam room is key because you are in the desert. So
yeah,
it's nice to get in that steam room and get some eucalyptus moisture.
Oh, that's right. They have the eucalyptus spray in the steam room. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
I know. I'm like already, I'm like, when is this event? It's so far away, it seems, because it's only May the 11th. But I'm serious, guys. This is going to sell out very quickly. We just launched this just last week on Friday. And so now that it is already selling out, I'm telling you, I hope that you guys will take us up on this opportunity to accelerate your healing and aging and wellness lifestyle and to create a self-care practice. And again, Melt is really a lifestyle brand. We're trying to transform ourselves and just be a better version of ourselves than we were yesterday. And if that's not what this methodology is all about, I don't know. That just seems like exactly the mindset of everyone here, is just to find your way into something that feels better.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any questions. I see that Rebecca is answering all your questions about the pricing, which I appreciate. Yeah, the Vichy showers. Exactly.
Can I just point out that I just saw that Maggie Yu has registered. Dr. Maggie, Dr. Maggie, I have referred so many people to you, and I am so excited that you're coming.
Oh, wonderful.
She is one of my favorites. I watch all your videos, just so you know.
Yay.
Yeah, so that's great.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, and I love hearing, yes, I have a slip disc and pain-free using this. I'm so glad. And you know, slip discs, once you know how to decompress them, the neurostrength stuff, whoever this person is, remember, neurostrength is what's going to stabilize your pelvis again so that you don't keep slipping it, right? So we want to get that neurostrength involved. And I'm sure that even in this 50 participant collective, we will get into a little bit of neurostrength. You will learn the core challenge. There is no doubt about it. And depending upon who comes and what we all want to work on, we'll come up with a common theme for everyone in this collective and do this together. And I think that's the beautiful part of it, is we're going to do it as a community of 50 and see what we can do to transform 50 people's lives.
And can I just say, the friendships that are probably going to grow out of this can be friendships forever. I mean,
yeah, I mean, that's it. We have our best collectives are the ones that have been our Red Mountain community. I mean, these are the people that we spend so much time with when you're there, because you spend quiet time with one another where your mind is more clear, and these soulful talks and these moments of connection. I don't think that there's anything really like what
yeah.
So
I know you take the stress of everyday life out, and it's like, oh wow, I am a person with like thoughts and feelings, and I can actually have a conversation for more than 5 minutes, right? Exactly. You don't have to think about cooking. That's one of my favorite things.
Or making the bed.
Telling my husband, if I win the lottery, I am hiring a chef to come in every night and cook me an awesome meal. So it's like my dream come true to be at Red Mountain. I don't have to cook. And yeah, you don't have to drive anywhere. Your commute to work is a 30-second walk down the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I see someone's asking, are there any other events and retreats planned this year? So in December, we're going to Costa Rica. We do have one other event this year, but these are the only two. And I don't know how I'm going to format that Costa Rica event. I don't know if it will be like this one, but maybe it will. We'll see what we do. Some of us might decide that we want to go to this and Costa Rica. I'm just saying, it could be that way. I don't know, but I have a feeling we'll at least get one or two people that are like, I'm doing both. So anyway, well, okay. So again, I'm going to wrap this up. So just again, this closing statement and thoughts about where we are, unless we want to open this up for any other questions. I don't think we have any other questions, did we?
Someone actually asked if you could drive to the resort and park there. Why, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You absolutely can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Any other
Anyone
questions?
needs to go to the CVS, we ask you for a ride.
That's right. I know. If you have a car, we have to go to CVS. We'll definitely ask you for a ride. And once you register, you will receive your agenda. So there's emails planned. You will get a whole bunch of emails with what to bring, what to pack. Don't worry, we're going to answer all of your questions. You're going to get a schedule of your daily activities so that you can plan your spa treatments before you even get there. Mm-hmm. And you can also, like I said, we'll open up booking for Amanda and myself for our private sessions before you even get there. So you can have it all planned. Someone's asking if they can bring children. And I know that Red Mountain kind of on and off has different rules about that. So please email or call Red Mountain and ask them what they think about that. And someone's also asking if they already have a roller and ball kit, can they get a discount? And I would say, please email info@meltmethod.com and ask that question.
Yeah, I mean, again, even if you really think about what the cost of this is, if you came to see me in a one-on-one environment 3 times, so it would be 3 hours, it would be over, right? That's all of that. So the amount of this is a lifetime of self-care. I would figure out a way to do that. Now, somebody is also asking, are we going to try Melt today? No, but again, go to YouTube. There are hundreds of videos on YouTube under the Melt Method. Subscribe to the page. I do weekly just chats and technique tutorials there. I'm on Instagram again every week, teaching something, talking about something, trying to inspire you guys to engage in self-care. So if you want to learn how to melt, you do not need to come to this event, of course. We also have a streaming platform called Melt On Demand. There are over 300 videos on Melt On Demand in the categories of pain, performance, and lifestyle. So if you have a pain point, there are melt maps for that will teach you how to self-care for specific issues. If you are an athlete and you want to look to improve your performance and decrease your risk of injury, there are prep maps and recovery maps specific to sports. And if you are like me and you are a victim of the desk sentence, you are sitting on your bottom all of the time in front of a computer, or you feel like you are somebody who might have a repetitive stress injury because of your work, there are lifestyle maps there as well. So, I mean, there's just so much that you can learn already that is out there. We're not hiding anything. If you are just coming into the Melt community now, welcome. We are in a big transformative time for ourselves. Again, there's a brand new website coming in just a few weeks. And again, if you're also curious and you think you need a little bit of extra help, these are not the only 2 Melt instructors. Again, we have thousands of instructors worldwide. So if you want to know a little bit more about Melt, and this has piqued your interest, just in general, go to meltmethod.com and you can learn all about our instructors and even see if there's perhaps an instructor near you who's teaching classes. I know Amanda and Carrie both teach online. They always have weekly classes as well, and many of our instructors do. So if you really want to learn how to engage in self-care and coming to hang out with the 3 of us for 3 days and having us exclusively in your pocket for a month isn't enticing, don't come to this event, because I only really want people who really want to add this practice and really transform their lives. Those are the people I want, because those are the people that we can really transform in a short period of time. Listen, if you have trouble getting on the floor, you can melt on your bed. There are many techniques where you can melt on the bed. You can use that half roller that I showed you. Lots of things with Melt. You can sit on a chair when you do the foot treatment. Melt, again, it meets you where you're at. It's a simple self-care method. Anybody can do it. I've trained 100-year-olds to do it, and I've got a 7-year-old who does it, right? So anybody can do this. It's not that difficult.
It's for everybody.
Everybody, exactly correct. Well, ladies, thank you so much. I'm going to see if there's anything else we need to mention. Again, if you want to know more about the method itself, again, meltmethod.com. But to register for this event, just go to meltmethod.com, click on store in the top navigation bar, and then click on Red Mountain 2022. And we do have our call center is currently available through the online chat to instantly answer any additional questions that you guys have regarding the immersion and the registration process, or email us. So much easier. info@meltmethod.com. And an email is going to be sent to all of the participants listening today with a recording of today's webinar. So feel free to share it, especially if you think you want to convince one of your best friends to come with you. How cool. And again, thank you guys. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Amanda. And thanks everybody for watching and taking interest in the MELT method. I really appreciate my 3 tips that I ask everyone: sip water frequently, eat water-filled foods. And after you've heard this, do me a favor, don't wait, just pick up your phone and call somebody that you love and tell them that you love them and tell them why, and put a little bit of positive energy out into the world, because I tell you, you could change that person's life, and for sure you're going to elevate the frequency of the whole universe, which I would genuinely appreciate. So I hope you guys will do that for me. Thanks everybody. Happy melting.
Happy melting.
Bye.